dogs are like, give me the apple.
No, they want the cheese.
Oh. I want to talk about failure.
Good idea.
And it being okay to fail. Have you ever watched the J.K. Rowling acceptance something speech? She's amazing.
No, she is amazing. Definitely.
I don't think, you know, people go, oh, I'm going to fail if I do that, I'm going to fail if I do that. I don't think you can ever fail.
You can learn things that you didn't set out to learn. You can learn things you never wanted to learn.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you can learn things not in the way you'd hoped to learn things, which is the only way you have to reframe success and failure. Because your ego may think it wants something and you fail to achieve the outcome that your ego really, really wanted.
Right.
But you can learn so much by not getting what you thought you wanted.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck.
There you go. When you can see that, the overview, it's often your ego that's really affronted and so disappointed because, you know, it's frustrating.
Mm.
A lot of life is frustrating when you think, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that, and I want that, and it doesn't happen, and then you get knocked back and you think, oh God, I failed at doing that. I have a sort of dual aspect of how I view the whole of life. There's me here, my ego me, frontlining, right down on the coalface of like, you know, getting upset, getting hurt, what have you. And then there's my higher self me, which is the overviewer that can see the pattern that, that may not have been what you wanted, but look what you've learned. I've learned things that I couldn't have learned had I not been through what I've been through.
Had you not failed.
Exactly.
This is what I'm saying, because again, imposter syndrome from last week, I'm suddenly thinking, at the very beginning of this video I said, you can't ever fail anything. It's like, well, obviously you can, but it's not, you can fail, like you can fail a test, you can fail this, you can fail that, obviously you can.
Yeah.
I'm clinging on what you said last week, which is you're always exactly where you're meant to be, and therefore technically you can't fail, because whatever has happened that you perceive as a failure was actually meant to happen.
And it's true. But it's your ego that doesn't like that.
Mm.
And then when you drop into the old soulness, that's what I'm saying about the overview of the bigger pattern of your life. You can see why you've had to learn certain things. I mean, and I can tell you this because I'm that much older than you, that I can see, looking back, the pattern of why I had to do that and what I had to go through to learn that tenacity in situations, which is really hard to earn. And then also to learn empathy.
Huge.
Empathy is incredible, because one drop of empathy is worth an ocean of sympathy. Because when you've been through something and someone goes, oh my God, I know just how you feel because I've been there. You have a heart connection, which is just so much more than people go, I'm so sorry, I can imagine, you know, what it feels like. They can't.
No, they can't.
But when somebody can actually feel it, so empathy is amazing, but it's really hard earned because you have to go through those experiences yourself. So to be really empathetic, you have to experience a lot of
go through a lot
pain or failure, perceived things, so that you can connect with another. Everything is relative.
Yeah.
So when people go, oh, you don't know because you've got loads of money, you don't know what it's like to feel like this. You know, your measure is about your own life and your own breadth of emotions and what you feel. So the worst pain that you've ever felt on your scale is the worst pain that you've ever felt.
Yeah, exactly.
If someone else has got a measure where they've actually felt more pain, is it any worse because you felt more pain than you've ever felt before? It's not a competition.
No.
You're still in this very, very raw place.
There wouldn't be the opportunity to have learned the lessons I learn and other people learn without the pain of failing first.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, I would say when it comes to failure, and this is kind of stealing a bit from J.K. Rowling's speech, but you should actually welcome it.
If you've never felt what it felt like to fail, where is your impetus to keep winning? You just become arrogant because you think, I'm only going to win. And my dad always used to say, it's better to have an informed opinion than just an opinion. But to have an informed opinion, you need to have experienced both sides of something. So then saying, I'm choosing this because I know what it's like over there and I know what it's like over there. So when you have failed, you've been for an audition or you've been for a job and you didn't get it, and you put yourself out there and you think, well, I don't want to do that again. Next time I'm going to try hard. I'm going to do something because you don't want to feel like you felt last time.
Yeah.
It's your whole impetus to move on and to be better the next time. If you get the part or you get the job, then you can feel compassion and empathy for the people who haven't got that job because you've been there and you've learnt it. So instead of every time being the victim, think, oh, I'm the victim, I didn't get that job. You think, no, I'm just broadening my depth of being, of experience, of how I can be here and connect with anybody else. Because, oh yeah, no, I've done that. And it's just like, failed, done that.
I know people that are so terrified of trying something because they're going to fail. And I say I know people, I've been one of those people. Like, I know people, it's not me.
I know
I've got
him.
a friend that's got a friend that's scared to try stuff to fail, but don't know her. Him. No, but it's true. I even things like YouTube.
Oh, tell me about it.
I haven't wanted to start with my channel. I've had it for years and years and years, and there are times I'm like, oh god, do people think this is embarrassing because I look like I've just massively failed at doing it?
Well, because of the numbers of subscribers.
Yeah,
oh
exactly. No, but it's stupid. But
Yeah.
that's
No, but
we're
I
being
agree.
honest. Also, if you're going into something thinking I'm going to fail, you've just got the completely wrong mentality anyway, haven't you?
Yeah, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
You're
If
right.
you think I'm going to fail.
Can you explain what that means? Because I feel like I'm a bit stupid with that one.
Okay.
I watched back the imposter syndrome one. You can see my eyes going. Because I'm like, that sounds really great, but what does that mean?
It's just like you said.
Whether you
if
think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Because you're putting that energy behind it. So if you think you can't do it,
you're right.
You're right. Because you are going to self-sabotage.
I mean, it is what it says on the tin. I should have really understood that.
But you are going to self-sabotage on some level to guarantee that you're right. Because your ego likes to be right all the time.
Yeah.
It does.
So if you're going into this job interview, like, I'm going to fail it anyway. You're going, I'm going to fail.
Yeah. And then you will fail, and then your ego will go, told you so.
Told you. You're going in like, we do our absolute best.
Yeah.
And what will be, will be.
Yeah, I'm going to do the best I can.
Yeah.
And then you go and you do the best you can.
Mm-hmm. And then if you fail,
that doesn't matter. You've done the best that you can.
Yeah.
If you say I'm going to fail, you're setting yourself up. That's what you've heard the expression, setting yourself up to fail.
Yeah.
That's because you're building in self-sabotage.
So don't preempt failure.
Exactly. Don't draw it to you.
But when you have to experience failure that you haven't preempted or you didn't want,
have a reframe on what your ego is perceiving as failure.
Yeah.
Try and have the overview and see, but what are the lessons? So perhaps it's some of your greatest teaching, your greatest wisdom will come from what you're perceiving as the failure.
Yeah.
Just because it's really awkward and uncomfortable and your ego doesn't like it at all, doesn't mean it may not be the nugget of gold that's going to change who you are from then onwards.
Well, exactly.
And in hindsight, you look back many years later and go, thank God that happened.
Thank God. I've failed loads of times. I failed, tried to get into drama school, failed that.
Being in drama, it's like being in a fashion model or something like that. You have to be able to take the fails. When like models go for,
You need to have the rejection.
The rejection is like, 9/10 of the job is that you get rejected. So if you're a sensitive soul, so if you went to drama college and you got criticised heavily, you might have shut down and never become the you that you are going to become. You need to have found that self-confidence, that strength of personality and character. So you're not putting yourself up as that innocent person who can easily be crushed and broken by competition. I said you're always where you're meant to be.
Yeah.
And so if you weren't meant to be there, it's because you weren't meant to be there.
Yeah.
You just reframe. But now when you can go up and look down and think, oh, I can see why I didn't get in.
Yeah. Embrace it.
Grace it.
Embrace it. This is a plate that fell on the floor, sorry. It just looks a bit odd, but I'm just carrying a plate. But anyway, as always, information will be in the description for Claire and I. Claire is a guidance counsellor, and so her email address, if you wanted to be a potential client, will be in the description. Just get in touch and you can talk about stuff like that. She's incredible, highly recommend. And you'll see us in our next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye. You look lovely. Look, let's just give a moment for the cushions. There they are. And Frida. There we are. All worth it.